guys, so I'm back to another quick form video. In today's video, wow, do I have some exciting news to you guys. So these news, or this article being read to you guys and explained to you guys, is brought to you by cnet.com, so check them out. I will have a link in the description below of this article. But yes guys, we're finally talking about the T-Mobile and Sprint merger again, and finally it's one step closer to actually getting approved. So this is thanks to the Justice Department okaying the deal, or they're finally approving it. So the Justice Department finally has okayed this deal, but we're still not out of the woods, guys. Like I said, let's get into it and let's see what this article is talking about, and I'll try to explain to you guys. So also thanks to Dish, for actually making the JD or Justice Department, okaying this deal. So let's go ahead and check this out, guys. So like I said, this deal is getting closer and closer and closer. So I know this has been talked about for years and years. Like a year ago, I believe in April is when T-Mobile and Sprint wanted to merge, and then there's just so many hurdles they have to go through, but finally they went over a big one, and that was the Department of Justice. So let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll kind of explain a little bit and here and there. So let me go ahead and get rid of this ad. So here we go. It says, after more than a year of regulatory battles, T-Mobile's $26.5 billion takeover of Sprint is this close to happening. So like I said, it's very, very close, guys. Well, I won't say super close because they still have to get over another hurdle, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. So it says, Justice Department antitrust head Macken Del Rim, and I'm really bad with names, so don't make fun of me, said Friday that the DOJ, Department of Justice, will approve the deal because T-Mobile's parent, Deutsche Telekom, like I said, really bad with names, so sorry about that, signed an agreement to sell off several Sprint assets to Dish Network, creating a new nationwide wireless carrier. Under the agreement, Dish will acquire Sprint's 800 MHz wireless spectrum, Sprint's prepaid brands. So check this out, guys. They will get Boost Mobile, Virgin Mobile, and Sprint prepaid. Sprint prepaid, there's not much that like deals or anything that people really talk about, because everybody knows that Boost and Virgin Mobile are the two Sprint prepaid carriers that usually you go with. So Boost Mobile and Virgin Mobile, especially Boost Mobile, is just more tactical when it comes to promotions and deals. And Virgin Mobile kind of was there, but now it's kind of died off a little bit, and they try to come back, but either way, they're being sold off to Dish. So Boost and Virgin Mobile and Sprint prepaid, they're getting sold off to Dish Network. It says, and they're combined 9.3 million customers. So guys, like I said, these ain't small pancake numbers. These are pretty big waffle numbers here. So 9.3 million customers combined between Boost Mobile, Virgin Mobile, and Sprint prepaid, which is a lot. And I'm guessing a big majority, probably 6 million customers of those are probably Boost Mobile, to tell you the truth. Those are really big numbers. So, as well as network agreements that will allow Dish to use T-Mobile's network for 7 years while it builds its own 5G network. So this is another big win for the merger, guys. Is T-Mobile and Sprint, mainly T-Mobile since they're gonna own Sprint, have agreed to let Dish Network use their network. So the new T-Mobile / Sprint network, or the new T-Mobile network, they will be able to use it for 7 years. But there is some, should I say, red flags to this and kind of restrictions. And like I said, let's get into that. And before we get into that, guys, I want to talk to you guys about our new sponsor, Honey. So Honey is a free web browser extension that will find you the best promo codes on popular shopping websites like Amazon, Boost Mobile, Best Buy, and many more. Get it today at joinhoney.com/ref/dragonic. Like I said, very easy, guys. It's free. It's used for your Google Chrome browser. It will save you a lot of money. You can save 10 to 20% off on boostmobile.com through using honey.com. When they have coupon codes, I've actually saved $20 up to $60 even on some phones, thanks to using Honey. I've been using them for a while, so check it out, guys. It's in the description below. Just check out my link and click it and sign up for Honey. It's 100% free, and when you make your first purchase, I will get a little bit of commission and will help me bring more content to you guys. So check it out. Thank you. So let's get back to it. So it says, T-Mobile and Sprint will also need to give Dish access to at least 20,000 cell sites. At least, that's a lot of cell sites, 20,000, as well as hundreds of retail locations. In a joint press release, T-Mobile and Sprint says that Dish will be able to take on leases for certain cell sites and retail locations that are decommissioned by the new T-Mobile for 5 years. So Dish Network's really getting a helping hand from, T-Mobile, with them letting them use the cell sites, or the network really for 7 years and up to 20,000 cell sites, which is a big, basically free number for them. So they don't have to pay for this. It's just because it's part of the deal. They will be able to use this. It's not like, because Dish Network, there's no way Dish Network has, they're not a cell phone company just yet. They're giving them about 7 years to build their own cellular network and have 5G ready as well. That way they can compete, because it's not like, hey, Dish bought, Boost Mobile, Virgin, all this, and they're supposed to be the fourth carrier. But when it comes to it, and let's say they didn't give them any, access to the network, they won't have a network to offer customers so they can use it. So that's a big thing. It says Dish will pay T-Mobile approximately $5 billion for the assets in acquiring, $1.4 billion for the prepaid businesses, and $3.6 billion for the spectrum. So wow, they're paying alone for just the prepaid businesses $1.4 billion, which is a lot of money, and of course for the spectrum of $3.6 billion. So that's pretty good. It says the move could reshape the wireless industry and shake up where you get your wireless service. The deal gives Dish the tools to quickly enter the wireless business. Like I said, this is a big jump, kind of a big stepping stone for them to get into the wireless business. So I think that's very nice. It says by acquiring T-Mobile's network, T-Mobile meanwhile will combine with Sprint to create a much tougher competitor for AT&T and Verizon, which everybody knows Verizon's the top dog, and then AT&T's right on the bottom. And then of course T-Mobile was fourth, but now they're actually in third place, and Sprint dropped down to fourth. So yeah, T-Mobile has argued that its combination with Sprint will supercharge its development of 5G across the country, as well as expand its customer reach and scale to match the big two, AT&T and Verizon. So a lot of people might say, oh, T-Mobile sucks or whatever, but remember, now they're going to combine with the Sprint network to make this new T-Mobile network that's going to be a lot better. T-Mobile actually has very, very good, download speeds and upload speeds if you do get coverage. If you're in a big city, that's mainly where T-Mobile does cater to customers. If you're in a big city, your phone's very good. Usually your download speeds, your upload speeds, and your connection, everything's good. But usually once you hit more rural America, yeah, it's not going to work at all. So hopefully with Sprint being a little bit better than T-Mobile, at least with how many, towers are in more rural America, at least here on the eastern part of the country, Sprint is better than T-Mobile, and like I said, this all depends on where you're at and locations and everything. So big differences. It says at the close of the deal, which T-Mobile says it expects will be the second half of 2019, Sprint's prepaid businesses and customers will immediately move to Dish, as will the more than 400 employees in nationwide independent retail networks that support more than 7,500 retail outlets, Dish said in a statement. So that's pretty cool. So they will, once the merger goes through and it's green light and everything, everybody, all like Boost Mobile customers, Virgin Mobile customers, and Sprint, I guess prepaid customers, will be moved to Dish, and now they're going to be owned by Dish. And Dish Network is not, something new. They're pretty big when it comes to, TV provider, especially in rural America. They're very, very big. Here in my town, some people use Dish. Mainly, well, I wouldn't say a big portion of them, but, if you live in rural America, you're going to use usually Dish or, DirecTV. So let's say, so there remains some questions about Dish as a wireless player. One of the primary concerns of the state attorney general that have sued to block the merger. Dish, after all, has shown little interest before installing its own wireless service, despite sitting on a mountain value spectrum. But CEO John Ledger offered a rare defense of the outside company. Dish will be very credible, disruptive fourth player, Ledger said on the call with analysts and media on Friday. So double impact. So this is pretty cool. Like I said, I've already read this article, so let me just explain to you. It says exactly when Dish will enter the market, however, is unclear as it needs to wait on the completion of the T-Mobile and Sprint merger. So this is the big thing I want to tell you guys. Everybody's saying, oh yes, you know, the Department of Justice has agreed it. We're gonna get it. The network will be here in the next couple months. No. Remember, T-Mobile is agreeing to let Dish use their new network. So this is saying that, you know, it's gonna take a while before the T-Mobile and Sprint, you know, new network and merger goes through. So they will have to wait on that. Says the company, however, says that it will have a 5G broadband network capable of serving 70% of the US population by June 2023. That's still a long time away, guys. That's about 4 years, a little bit under 4 years from, you know, the making of this video. Says T-Mobile Chief Technology Officer Neville Ray said Dish and the other wireless resellers will be able to access its upcoming 5G network right away. A decade ago, when 4G was on the rise, the carriers were protective of its then new network, preventing so-called mobile virtual networks operators from using it. Likewise, the company will honor all reseller agreements that Sprint has, including a deal with cable provider Altis. Wow. So I don't really want to bore you too much, guys, because this is a pretty long article. I will leave it, you know, it linked in the description below because it is getting pretty long. And like I said, I'm just basically reading it and giving you some key features. But let me finish this off with says, as part of the deal it made with DOJ and T-Mobile, Dish says that it has requested that its spectrum license be modified to reflect its new promise to develop a 5G network and covers by 70% of the population by June 2023. So really it's saying, hey, you know, the network that it had, the spectrum at least that it had, they had to use it because they were just kind of hoarding it. And Dish was not going to do anything, but now they are going to do something with it. I honestly think that they probably won't be ready to come out to the market as a fourth carrier till at least 2023, like they're saying around here. I doubt it in 2021, 2022, maybe. I'm guessing 2022, 2023 is really when Dish is going to be more out there. So, you know, for all you Boost Mobile customers, don't think that, oh, you know, the merger going through, have issues. No, guys, this is for a while that the merger, like I said, the merger hasn't even went through. You know, they're still getting sued, and a lot of attorney generals are trying to fight it and this and that. So it's not officially approved yet, but I mean, the DOJ has already given the okay. So now it has to go through a couple more departments for it to get the official green light to go through. And then from there, you still have to wait for the T-Mobile and Sprint network to actually merge and become one. And that's going to take years. So that's why most likely we probably won't see anything until 2023. Like I said, who knows when this deal will actually get green lighted. And then, of course, like I said, the merger has to go through. They have to combine the networks, blah, blah, blah. And then Dish has to come into the game and voila, you know. So I'm very excited. What do you think? Will Dish go with more of a GSM network like T-Mobile is, or will they stay with CDMA? I'm guessing it's probably going to be more of a GSM network since it's using T-Mobile's network. So I mean, it's going to have to, you know. So let me know in the comments below what you think, guys. Is this good news to you guys? Are you happy about it? You know, please comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Like I said, if you do want to support me, you can in the comments below. Give it a thumbs up, rate it, comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And also, you can now actually click the join button next to the subscribe button, and you can actually give me monthly donations to support the channel, the extra perks and all that stuff. Like I said, check out Honey, check out netbuddy.co. They offer true unlimited AT&T Hotspot for only $65 a month. But if you use my link and promo code at checkout, you will save $5. That promo code is Sanchez45973. And check it out, guys. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you.